The Children's Bible, Joshua 2. The Invasion of Canaan. After the death of Moses, the Lord put Joshua in command of the children of Israel. Be strong and full of courage, said the Lord. Do not be afraid, and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Joshua commanded the officers of the people, Go among the people and tell them to prepare food, for within 3 days we shall cross the Jordan River to enter the land which the Lord has given us. He said this to all the people, and they agreed to obey him as they had obeyed Moses. Joshua sent 2 men to spy on Jericho. They went there and came to the house of a woman named Rahab and took a room there. But the king of Jericho was warned of their arrival and sent word to Rahab, Bring out the men who came to you and are now in your house, for they have come to spy in our country. But the woman took the 2 men and hid them. And when questioned, she said, There were 2 men who came here, but I did not know where they had come from, and the men left about the time it was getting dark. Where they were going I do not know, but if you pursue them quickly, you will overtake them. The woman had taken the spies up onto the roof of her house and had hidden them under stalks of flax which she had laid out on the roof. And the men searched for them all the way to the Jordan River. Before the men on the roof had lain down for the night, Rahab came up to them and said, I know that the Lord has given you this land, and that all its inhabitants are afraid of you, for we have heard how the Lord dried up the waters of the Red Sea for you when you came out of Egypt. And as soon as we heard that, our hearts melted, and not a man had any courage left, all because of you. For the Lord your God is God in heaven above and in the earth beneath. Therefore I pray you, swear to me by the Lord that since I have shown you kindness, you will show kindness to me and my family. Promise to save the lives of my father and my mother and my brothers and sisters, and all their possessions, and make sure that we are not killed. The men said, We will save your lives in exchange for our own, on the condition that you do not utter a word about us to the king. And when the Lord has given this land to us, we will deal kindly and honestly with you. Rahab's house was built upon the town wall, so she tied a rope to the parapet, and the men climbed down it. And as they went, she said, Go to the mountains and hide there for 3 days, until your pursuers have come back here, and after that you may go on your way. And the men said, We shall keep this oath, which you have made us swear. When the children of Israel come into the land, you must tie a piece of scarlet cord in the window, and bring your father and mother and your brothers and all your father's household into your house. Then, if anyone goes out from your house into the street, whatever happens to him shall be his own fault, and we shall not be guilty. But we will be responsible for whomever stays with you in the house. And we will see that no one touches him. But if you say a word about our business here, then we will not keep our promise. It shall be just as you say, she said. Then she sent them away, and after they had left, she tied the piece of scarlet cord in the window. The 2 men went into the mountains and stayed there for 3 days, while the pursuers searched unsuccessfully for them, and finally gave up the hunt and went back to the city. Then the 2 men came back down the mountain, and crossed the river and came back to Joshua. They told him all the things that had happened, and said to Joshua, Truly the Lord has delivered all the country into our hands, for all the people of Jericho faint for fear of us.